In this video, we're going to look at how to change what you perceive in the outside world. How to change what you see every day. I get people who ring me up saying, Piers, I'm feeling really down, or I'm feeling that I can't achieve something. And it's almost as if they're looking at a really blank, dull canvas that affects how they feel on the inside, whether it's their heart, whether it's their chest or things they say up here, or whether it's going on in their head. And this comes from a variety of different techniques we use in NLP, and it also brings in some of the more flowery sides of Reiki and things like that. And what I love about this technique is I use it with clients on the telephone, I use it on Zoom, I use it in one-to-one. I use it for so many different things. It only takes a few seconds to do. So when somebody rings me up or contacts me and they say, I just feel really grey, and everything is just too much work, it's too much like hard going, and I just say, fine, very simple technique. All I want you to do is look around you, and I often say to them, pretend there's a screen in front of you, and whatever you see in that rectangle is what's going on in your life. And they have a look around and they see everything. I says, take a good look at it, and now take a picture of it and close your eyes. And then as they close their eyes, I say, fine, so you've got this picture on the inside. And they go, yes, I have. And it's grey and it's dull and it makes me feel really yucky and sluggish and negative. And I go, perfect. What I want you to do is get the picture and I want you to turn the colours up. Make it as colourful to make it the most compelling picture. And they sometimes a bit reluctant to do that. Say, God, just try it. Turn the red up. Oh, I've done that. But now turn the blue up. Now turn the yellow up. Now just play around with all the colours to make it the most compelling picture so it looks really good. And they go, okay, yeah, I've done that. And it's actually a better picture. I say, great. Okay, now let's turn the brightness up. And they turn the brightness up. And I say, great. Now, if we move it further away or bring it forward, does it make it more compelling picture? And they go, actually, bring it forward a bit. So perfect. Now, if we make it bigger, does that make it more compelling? And they go, yeah, it does. But I actually want to move it away a bit because it's too big. I said, that's fine. So put it at the distance and make whatever size that makes it the most compelling picture for you. And they go, okay, done that. So brilliant. Okay, now turn the sounds up. So they turn the sounds up. And it's amazing. I'm yet to get asked the question, I'm waiting for it, of Piers, pictures don't have sounds. But because it's the outside world in front of them, there's some form of sound. I say, now turn the feelings up. Take the feelings from a negative, from that grey, to that really positive, that happy, that joyful, that colour. Now just let the feelings come up to the same level as the colour, the brightness, the size, the shape, everything with it. And they do that. I say, great, okay, now retake the picture. And they retake the picture, they go click. I say, great, now hold on to that picture and really own it. So they own it. I said, now, all I want you to do is now, holding the picture there, just open your eyes and see the picture. And they look and they go, yeah. I said, now let go of the picture and it will stay there. And they let go and they go, wow, I hadn't realised the blue over there or the yellow over there or the red over there. And I said, isn't that wonderful? I said, close your eyes again. And so they close their eyes. So hold the picture again. And I said, right, from now on, to whenever you see any of the colours like red, it's going to remind you of that picture. Whenever you see any bright lights, it's going to remind you of that picture. And it's a very simple thing to do. What you're doing there is you're anchoring the colours, the main colours, and perhaps in the conversation with the client, I may ask what the main colours are. I say, anchor them, saying, whenever you see that, and it's just a suggestion in the unconscious mind, and as they do it, they go, yeah, there's more red. And I say, great. And I love the colour red, by the way. Red to me works really, really well. I just say, if you'll notice anything red, anything large in red, anything small in red, you're going to see red in places that you've never really noticed it before. And I did this on a client a few years ago, and she sent me an email from New York, and she was in Times Square. And I was back here in Suffolk. And she was in Times Square. She sent me this email saying, Piers, can you turn the red off? I'm in Times Square, and it's Coke adverts, which are just red and white. And it's doing my head in. I'm just feeling too positive and enjoying myself too much. And I really quite like that. And that was his very simple way of looking at the problem. We just reframe it. We redraw. We recolour. What I love about this job is I'm able to help people and change people's lives so simply. And so can you. You can learn a lot of these by looking at some of the previous YouTube videos that I've put up. And if you subscribe, you'll be able to actually see what I'm doing in the future. And I've got a whole stack of little resources and little nuggets that you can use in just everyday life. So if you find yourself walking down the street, just stop for a second and have a look at it. And if it's safe, and it's obviously only if it's safe, just close your eyes for a second. Just turn everything up a bit. Change the colours up. Change the brightness up. Make it bigger. Turn the sounds up. Turn the feelings up. Turn the smells up. Especially if you're walking past a shop that's serving nice food. Perhaps one day when you're walking down the street and you'll smell fresh bread, and it'll remind you of your grandmother's kitchen or somebody's kitchen recently because they've been watching one of these television programs on how to bake. And your mind takes you there. So that olfactory, that smell is a very, very powerful one. So for some people, you say, right, turn up the smell a bit. Turn up that sense. Make it more sensitive. What do you notice? Oh, I smell the roses. Great, let's crank that smell of roses up. Let's crank the greenness of the leaves. Let's crank the yellow or the red in the bricks around you. Let's just really bring that whole picture around you more vibrant. And as soon as you do that, your unconscious mind goes, okay, it's quite a nice picture. Actually, I feel much better now. And this is a very simple way of doing it. And it's a very simple little technique. And perhaps you might use it. And I'll be interested to know what your main senses are. Whether you get more out of this, and if you try it to yourself, whether you get more out of the colour. Whether the focus, whether you make it more or less focus. Whether you get more of the size. Whether you get more of the smell. Get more of the sound. And if you just put in your comments below or just message me privately, and I'll be just interested to know what your best way or you take away from this video, what your primary system is for this particular module, this particular way of looking at life. So just to recap, get a picture, make it bigger, smaller, nearer, far. Change the colours, change the sound, change the brightness, change the focus, change the smell, change everything about it to make it the most compelling. And as soon as it's the most compelling, you're going to feel so much better about yourself because you're suddenly looking at life through a different viewpoint. There was an old saying that someone is looking through life through rose-tinted spectacles. Well, this is kind of like that. You're seeing the best in life. We know that there's some bad stuff there, but if we're looking for the good stuff, it's amazing how you will just notice and experience more good stuff yourself. And you get it in here. And that's what this is all about, is how you feel on the inside. So whether you're doing this for yourself, or whether you're a therapist, coach, NLPer, whether you're an osteopath, a chiropractor, a doctor, a nurse, a consultant, whoever you are who's looking at this, whether you're human resources or a manager or just wanting to help a friend out, just look at them. And if you look at some of the really early YouTubes I've done on sensory acuity, where you can actually see them going into that state, that wonderful state of change, you'll get more out of this. So if you haven't subscribed, just make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And there's a bell to hit as well. And if you hit that bell once a week, it just come up in your emails or wherever it comes up on your computer where you set it up or on your phone, just saying there's another video up there. We put them up once a week. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.